Hello and welcome to round 8, the final round of the Danish Tractor Pulling Championships at Hjallerup in North Jutland. They've promised that it will be cloudy but dry and there's a good crowd to cheer them on. It's today that the champions will be found and crowned in 9 classes, and we have highlights from 5 of them. Beginning with the B division, where the main focus will be on who takes the minor places, because Anja Hansen has already made sure of the title with Herbie. For those of you new to the sport, the object is to pull this sledge down a 100-metre track and get what is called a full pull, which books you a place in the final, where the winner is the one pulling the furthest. And first into the arena is Morten Poulsen with Kermit. Morten comes from close to Skanderborg, where he's a farm mechanic. He was second in the first event, but since then it's been a bit downhill. And Kermit runs out of steam close to the 100-metre flag, 94.49 for Kermit. Many of the drivers will also be told if they're invited to the European Championships in September in Norway, but more about that later. This is Blue Lightning with Thomas Bear. Had problems with his turbo at the beginning of the season at Herning, but since then he's been the top 3 every time. And Blue Lightning makes the first full pull. The B division is a national class and not in the European Championships, so no invitation to Norway for these guys. As we move on with Starlight and Michael Hansen, who's 24 and comes from the island of Fyn. It's a Tatra V12 motor which comes from the Czech Republic. Not much speed, and I can't see Starlight making a full pull. And coming gracefully to a halt in the 90s. 96.49 for Michael Hansen. Well, this is Anja Hansen and Herbie. She's had steering problems of late, so this should be interesting. So far so good. Oops, I spoke too soon. She shut down to avoid out of bounds, and she will not be happy. But over the season she's been outstanding. This is what it looked like from the sledge. .79 for Herbie. This is Shrek, driven by Morten Poulsen. It's his first season and he's in the bottom half of the points table, opening up his Scania V8 and finding it really hard work. And losing his battle with the sledge at about 70 metres. 71.64, so a little less than Herbie. So still only one full pull with just 3 more to go. This is Blue Boss with Morten Hjallerup from Bronnerslev, which is near here, and he'd like nothing less than to show the home public what he can do. Yes, and that's the way to do it. Full pull to Blue Boss. Swiftly on to Hingston, who's been in second place all season, and Kim Jensen must now be favourite to win at least today's event. It's also a Scania V8, but only a full pull is good enough. Track seems a little bumpy at the beginning, but now good speed. Yes, and that is our 3rd full pull. Nice one from Kim. Now just about everyone knows the Red Rooster, and they tend to move away when he calls. But Torben Andersen doesn't worry. It's a Transmash in a Volvo chassis. And he might just have been able to see that he was pretty close to a full pull there. Close but not close enough. 96.1 for the Rooster. So 3 full pulls, but Blue Lightning has mechanical problems and won't be coming to the start. Well, they've changed the sled settings and we're ready for the pull-off with Blue Boss the first to go. And whatever happens, it will be Morten's best result of the season, so I'm sure he won't spare the horses now. again, this is an excellent pull from Blue Boss. Straight down the middle. And well over the 100 metre mark. 102.38 for Morton and Blue Boss, and that will have given Kim Jensen and Hingston something to think about. So can Kim end on a high note? Doesn't look fast, but Hingston is eating up the meters. He's past Blue Boss, and that's today's winner. 106.24 the distance. And this is what it looked like from the sled. So, Hingston first, Blue Boss second and Blue Lightning third. And in the championship, Blue Lightning takes third place, Hingston is second, and the 2008 B Division champion is Anja Hansen and Herbie. Over to the victory rostrum where Anja is enjoying the champagne. But what happened today? And Anja says, well, Herbie pulled to the right and I couldn't correct, so I shut down before going out of bounds. And the same thing happened at Fredrikssund, where I was forced to lower the speed. Now it's time for us to take a brief look at a class we haven't covered this season. It's the 4,500 kilo farm stocks. There are 7 to the start, and this is the first Blue Danger with Daniel Pedersen. Seems to have got it in the right gear now. Throttle hard down on his Ford 8600. Is he going to make it? No. Just under 3 meters from a full pull. 97.18 is Daniel's distance. Well, there were 6 full pulls and all the top point scorers were represented. Hercules XL and Hans-Erik Gammelbu got a new engine halfway through the season, and he's won 3 of the last 4 events, and he must be favourite today. And here you can see why. Recording a double full pull, that's over 110 metres. Great start to the pull-off. Setting the marker flag for the others to aim for, but I can't see anyone getting close. This is another Ford, it's Montana Blue with Nikolai Hansen. Nikolai's best result this season was 4th at Ekvin, and this is his favourite track. And Montana Blue making it into the 90s. 96.87. Now the leader in the points table, Powerstar, driven today by 29-year-old Thomas Mikkelsen, who's a car mechanic by trade. He shares the driving with Karsten Kelsen, and by making the pull-off, he's sure of taking the championship. That's just a bit over the 100 metre mark, but not worrying Hercules. 101.69, which will please his travelling band of supporters. Well, we're halfway through the final, and this is 20-year-old Morten Pedersen with Hercules Light. He's teammate with Hercules XL. And he won the event at Hjallerup, and it looks like he'll finish 4th in the championships. Slow but sure. And short of the 100 metre mark. 95.07 for Hercules Light. Well, we've been fortunate with the weather this year. Only Ekved had some heavy showers, and we hope for the same next year. On to Christian Vesterayer and Lehrlingen. Not had a particularly good season so far, near the bottom of the points table, but now it's his chance to shine. Being pulled back by the sledge, and that's about the same distance as Hercules Light, a little less, 94.97. That's last place in the final with one more to pull, Fluveren with Thomas Fluger. Needs a double full pull to force a second pull off, and he's 3 points ahead of Hercules in the point standings. Ooh. And that had Hans-Erik Gammelbu sweating for a moment. Not quite a double full pull, but very, very close. 107.4 and second place today. But the winner, Hercules XL with Powerstar third. In the championship, Powerstar is first with 101 points. Hercules XL and Fluveren tied with 94 points, but Hercules has more first places and takes second spot. Fluveren is third. Thomas Mikkelsen taking the trophy, and his recipe for success?
Stable tractor and some good fans.
Let's see the champion again. Moving on to the third class of the day, the 950 kilo modifieds with 5 to the start. Beginning with Kim Schultz and Ghost. Starting sweetly enough. But then having to brake correct, and it all goes wrong. And a wild ride at the end. And I don't think he was happy. 64.05 and a broken front wheel. Bouncing around like a yo-yo.
Jeg har sænket trækåren og gjort forskellige i håb om man lettere kan kontrollere.
He says, well, we've been trying different mixes with the Methalon, and obviously this was not right. There was plenty of power, but we'll be back next year. Well, it's certainly been an eventful year for Ghost. Now it's the turn of Enterprise and Eric O'Donovan. Starting on the left-hand side and going well. And sliding over for a full pull. All the other three made full pulls, so the final looked like this. But there were problems in the Enterprise camp.
There was no oil pressure, so we didn't take the chance.
So on to the pull-off. This is Boss and Bjarne Sorensen. He seems to be getting his act together, and he's made a good full pull to reach the final. Well, he'll definitely be on the podium for the first time this season. The question is, will it be first, second or third? And that looks about the middle 70s to me. Yes, 76.45 to Boss. Well, Wild Toy is the champion in this class. He's sure of the points he needs, so perhaps he's planning to show everyone why he is the champion. Let's see. Increasing his speed after the halfway line. Oh, and this could well be a double full pull. Yes, over the 110 meters for Wild Toy. He'll certainly be the one to watch at the European Championships. So the last to pull is Torben Madsen with first choice. Third in the points table. He needs 76.46 to make sure of second spot today. Oh, he's slowing. This will be close. 77.24, so he eases past Boss and takes second behind Wild Toy. And in the championships, first choice was third with 81, Enterprise was second with 93, and the 2008 champion is Wild Toy. Where there was champers flying around, and that was mostly over Johan Lauritsen.
Yeah, it's an easy pull today. It's a little too easy, I think, but that is a Danish competition.
As we see the champion again. Moving on to the next class, the 4,500 kilo modifieds, where there were just 4 to the start. And that's Lars Olsen with Black Lady. It's a 19.2 litre Transmesh R6, and full pull would be nice today. Oh, just a little more, just a little more. No, just short of the magic 100.
Because we have a big problem with our cylinder heads. We have found out in the season we have a problem with the aluminium is smelting too soon. So that's a big problem. So we was thought maybe we could run the rest of the season, but no, we could not. It's too much damage now, and we have to make a new one. And it takes a long time, so it must be in the winter.
Well, the other 3 all made full pulls, so the final looks like this. Il Tempo Gigante, Metal Boy and Big Mama 2. And we begin the final with Jan Rasmussen and Il Tempo Gigante. His best result this year was 3rd place at Korsgrove, and at least he'll match that here today. Good effort from Gigante, 95.86 the distance. Now here's the points leader. It's Big Mama 2 with Sorendal. He's just 5.5 points ahead of Metal Boy, but as they're both in the Team Wilson, I don't think he'll lose much sleep if he loses today. Will be close. He needs 95.87 to take the lead, and he's done it. 96.47, 60 centimeters more moves him into first place with 1 more to pull. Well, this is Metal Boy with Anja's brother Mads Hansen behind the wheel. He certainly made heavy weather at the start, but now he's fairly flying and cruising past Big Mama's mark, and that's today's winner. Metal Boy and Mads Hansen nearly 10 meters ahead of the rest. 105.24 the distance, as we see the run again from our camera on the sled. So today the 1, 2, 3 was Metal Boy, Big Mama and Il Tempo Gigante. But in the championship, it's Black Lady in 3rd place, Metal Boy is 2nd, and the 2008 champion is Big Mama 2 and Sorendal. As we check out the victory celebrations. Saving the champers for later. And they must be the Wilson support crew, as we see the champion in action once again. On now to the final class we're going to see. It's the Volvo Pro Stocks. 6 to the start, the first being Jakob Jensen and Booker Bruiser. 2nd place in the points table, but 11 points behind. Takes a while for them to get grip, usually just before the halfway mark, and then they begin to motor. But is that a full pull? I don't think so. No, so close. That will be a big disappointment for Jakob, And a relief for John Deere. 99 metres exactly for Buckerbruiser. Well, this is Il Tempo Giganti. Yes, another one with Bo Svensson. Steaming along quite merrily. Oh, and a burst of flame shoots from the exhaust stack. Not healthy. 96.58 is the distance, but worried looks from the support crew. And yes, there's fire in the hold. But quickly extinguished. Yes, and I think she got a good picture. Moving on swiftly. This is Paul Guile with Guile Special. Oh, and it looks like something's blown under the bonnet. Not a nice way to end the season. 81.31 the distance. He said that was rubbish. It was overheating, and I don't know why. Now it's the turn of Blue Rabbit with Henrik Svenningsson, who lives just about 500 metres from this track, so very much a home ground for him. And I guess he knows every inch of this track. Because he made a full pull look very easy, didn't he? Well, there were two others who joined Henrik in the final. They were Blue Bambino with Niels Damgaard and John Deere being driven today by Rasmus Hoyne. And first into the arena for the pull-off final is John Deere with Rasmus Hoyne in the hot seat. And now he's really beginning to motor. Edging over the 100-metre mark. 101 exactly for John Deere, where Niels Damgaard is making ready with Blue Bambino and looking forward to another European Championship, this time at Brunn in Norway, very close to Stavanger. And this is a good pull from Bambino. Approaching the 100, but not quite. 98.31 for Niels Damgaard. So the last to pull. It's Henrik Svenningsson and Blue Rabbit. His wife gave birth to a baby girl a week ago, and they're both here today. He's beginning to slow, and I guess he'll have to be satisfied with third place. 95.59 for the Rabbit. So it was John Deere from Blue Bambino and Blue Rabbit, and in the championship, third went to Niels Damgaard and Blue Bambino, second to Jakob Jensen and Buckerbruiser, and the champion with 115 points, Rasmus Hoyne and John Deere. Join them on the victory rostrum. And it looks like Rasmus is losing the champagne battle. And Rasmus is saying, well, it's the sixth time I've won, and also the Nordic Championships, and that's nice. There's been lots of competition this year, especially from Buckerbruiser, who's had problems, but he'll come back. Well, that's all from Hjallerup, and until the next time, this is Roger England saying enjoy your pulling and stay safe. Bye.